Alright, so here we are. So I know we've uh, skipped quite a few worlds in this, but we are playing Mario and Rabbids. And I gotta be honest, first off, for people that haven't played it before, I got it for the kids, to be honest with you, and I mean, at least when I read to the back, it seemed like a little bit more strategic and complex. So I'm a big fan, and like I said, this is kind of a little bit more of my intro about me. But I love the turn-based games, at least what I've found. So you'll see other videos of me with Pokemon, Fire Emblem. I'm a huge fan, but I love the turn-based, the strategy-based games. So it's that's kind of where you'll see a lot of content, at least on my channel. I've got kind of another version that's just strictly Pokemon content, but I like just some of the thinking, at least in this game. Like I said, it's kind of made for younger audience, but honestly, some of the strategy with it is, it's pretty fun. Using different characters to match up well. So first, to give an overview of this game before I kind of get in this battle, I'm gonna actually just use this video more as an overview of kind of what. How Mario and Rabbids is played. So, biggest thing is this window here. So, this is the headquarters, the battle headquarters altogether. So, this is kind of where you can kind of pick which team you kind of want going into each battle. Because I'll be honest, I mean, I mainly change between. There's 4 of them that I've found I kind of typically rotate between. At least that I like. Everyone, has got their own personal preference. And obviously, since we're on World 4, I've unlocked a few already. Spoiler alert, there's, Luigi, Mario, or Rabbids Mario, Peach, and, yeah, you got it. So we're still going to unlock Yoshi at some point in the story. So sorry to start you guys a little bit more in, but I'm this is one of the games I really like, and I'm I'm going to start putting content out there on it. So, as I mentioned, it's turn-based, and you'll see me mainly use. So I've purchased a lot of the weapons and upgrades mainly. I mean, a lot of the weapons upgrades mainly for Rabbids Mario, Luigi, and Rabbids Luigi. Those to me are my main. Those are my favorite 3. I like the synergy between each of them. Luigi is an obvious sniper. He's got a lot less health than pretty much any of the other characters, but so with snipers, you obviously want to keep from a long range, so we're not taking a whole bunch of hits. And then he's got a couple other abilities that kind of we'll get into. Why not? Fine, we'll talk through it. I love his sentry gun too, just because if for whatever reason his range is vast. I mean his I don't know if it shows. No, it doesn't show shooting. Oh yeah, it does. Long range weapon. Yeah. So it shoots. I think it's 13 cells away. So he could pretty much anything on the map. He can hit. Obviously, unless it's behind a wall or something. But I love the sentry gun. It does a ton of damage. If if Luigi can't get to that guy behind a barrier, then we send the gun out there and. Blow up a good portion, at least in that space. Just gotta be careful that obviously none of your guys are near that sentry gun also. So, it's just Stelly Stare is dirty. So all of the main characters I'm finding are of the Yoshi too. I played with him a little bit in the co-op mode, but Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, they all have what's called their primary technique is something of the lines of the bonus attack is a long range reaction shot dealt to the first enemy to move within Luigi's line of sight. So what's awesome about Luigi is since his line of sight is 13 cells, pretty much any enemy moving on the map is going to get shot on their movement turn. And I've upgraded it enough, at least at this point in the story mode, to where it shoots 3 times. So it's, like I said, Luigi at a distance, he's firing off 3 shots of movement if you're moving anywhere in Luigi's vicinity. Now, Mario has it too. Like I said, the health hero sight they just call it little different things. Good for him too. His M power is great, but it doesn't make sense. This is why I don't really use Peach a ton. Peach and Rabbids Peach are healers. They're support a lot more. But for Peach, God, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Where I mean, maybe I could see Peach really working really well with Rabbid Mario, where Peach likes to shoot close range. That's what her weapon is. So she has a shotgun, short range weapon for attacks. Granaduck is decent too, for at least behind barriers and whatnot. But what's mainly good about her is her heal jump. I think that's protect. Basically, when she lands around an enemy, she heals any of you guys that are close. And Mario, Rabbid Mario, now we're going to get into my other main guy. He loves close combat, So not only is his primary weapon, short ranged, the closer you are to the shotgun, the more damage it does. And then obviously, I think it only extends out to about 7 cells, 8 cells of damage, but it spreads as it's getting close. So it's like, but also even his secondary weapon is a close range hammer. I can only hit you if you're a space away. So Mario basically, he wants to get up close to you. I either usually team jump him, like right next to an enemy sometimes with a melee, and I love his secondary technique, magnet dance. So it pulls in any enemies that are within a certain vicinity. What is it, 6 cells? Yeah, it's right there. And it pulls them all in close. So you set them up, you get magnet dance, you maybe drop them in the middle of a bunch of enemies that are, probably about 1 shot away. And then you do a melee. This thing usually does like 260, a ton of damage if you're close. So you pull them in, and it shoots it up. The current upgrade I have is 3 cells of damage. So it's like they're somewhere in the vicinity. They're taking a lot of damage. I could think of at least 3 or 4 different times where I killed like 3 or 4 enemies all together on one hammer. So key is obviously weaken that enemy down before you get the magic dance off, and setting up the hammer. Biggest downside with Rabbid Mario, though, is he doesn't like to play well with others. So that's kind of why I'm maybe not the biggest fan with pairing it up with Peach, because not only does the melee hit your own guy if it's in the vicinity, but so does the shotgun, and so does his dash. It's not in this cell. When we get to maybe the skills, I could show you guys that, but basically his dash, and what dashes are is when you hit a certain enemy, you can do extra damage. So it's like an extra attack. It's like if they're within your walking distance, why not dash at them? The only downside, I'm literally right on it. That's great. Boom dash is it, like I said, it literally blows up in a radius. Sometimes it's good, if there's other enemies around, but not if your other guys are around. So that's why, to me, Luigi and Mario work great together. Luigi picks him off at a distance. He's far away from Rabbid Mario, to where you can just get close combat, body him, and we're good. The Rabbids, you'll notice, all of them have multiple dash counts. So almost all of them have the ability, and this kind of is a good segue into Luigi. Yoshi has a ridiculous amount. Like, that's not even that much in the upgrade, and he's got, you can see here, 4. So he can perform 4 dashes. If for whatever reason 4 enemies are within your movement distance, boom, boom, you can do 60 damage to all of them. And other ones, when we get to the skills, I'll touch on them maybe as we're kind of playing here, just to kind of not bog this down too much. But you'll see Rabbid Mario, I can hit 2, and I don't know, there's really too many times where it's like 3, but it's still some, we'll eventually upgrade there. Yoshi, though, like I say, his max out is something crazy like 5. I'm gonna check it now just so you guys will get a peek here. So it's like I can upgrade one more at 5, and some of the other ones cap out. So yeah, Mario caps out at 3, just fine, But it's like, that's why maybe I don't use Rabbid Yoshi as much as if his big whoop is he can do 5. Great. How many times are there going to be 5 enemies within Yoshi? Which, hey, maybe sometimes it will. But I mainly don't like his secondary technique. It scares him away. Some people could strategize it well. I haven't figured out what it maybe pairs up well with, but personally I like the opposite, at least especially for Mario, where he brings him in to hammer him. So, sorry, I didn't mean to get too much into that. But so now the dashes will segue me into why I like Rabbid Luigi as the next pair. So you'll see that Vamp dash here. Sorry, I'm pointing at it on the screen when it's like, oh, they can see where my finger's pointing. Yeah, but Vamp Dash. So I've upgraded. I have upgraded this one a little bit more than the. But it also on his skill tree it can get a lot higher than. Look at that. I'm only halfway even with Vamp Dash. Does a ton of damage, but also Vamp because we're vampiring. He heals a certain percentage of that as well, and you'll see I can upgrade that as well. That's dash damage. This is Vamp Dash Plus. So right now I'm absorbing 50% of the damage I deal out in a dash, healing, and eventually we'll upgrade more. But obviously you could see that's what his skill set's focused at. I mean, he's got 2 more Vamp Dash upgrades to the point. Oh, is that 100%? Wow, that's great. He'll eventually heal. Yeah, so he's a hard one to take down, at least especially when you obviously want to get your distance with him. So him and Mario sometimes conflict with each other. I got to watch out with that because, like I say, he likes to hit, then get distance, and then shoot at you with either a rocket or his primary weapon here. But what's great about I like about Luigi is he can move a ton. I guess they can each move 8, but he's got a lot of movement. Just to kind of get away from you. I haven't upgraded his dashes a ton in the skill tree because if Luigi's dashing people, you're using him wrong. Personally, but he's a sniper. You shouldn't be letting people get that close to you, regardless. I mean, sometimes obviously what happens. It's nice to have and dash, but so yeah, he's my dasher. His techniques, I want to say, between Luigi and Rabbid Mario are probably the least appealing. I mean, all the Rabbids have Super Barrier. That's helpful. I could probably upgrade that more. I really haven't focused on it a ton, but to me, it's just not. I don't know. It's not. I'm not jumping out for it, but because it's like, and even his secondary technique, it's damage reduction of only 20%. And affects 6 cells. It's like, So, I mean, he's getting close still too, but sorry, stop. Info. Jesus. Let's see, even his skill tree, it's like, I guess I can see what'll I eventually get up to. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So plus another, so 70. I guess reducing 70 is, eventually it'll get there and be pretty good. So I just haven't focused on it. The Vamp Dash to me, it's like, God, he's hard to kill. It's like when I'm hitting you and, healing, but I also his rockets come in handy too. It's just when I'm trying to get around barriers and such not. So, but to me, a lot of the shooting, like I said, it's Luigi and Mario, and I base it a lot around with whoever set up. Oh, and sorry, what's great is I haven't even talked about Mario. So, what I don't like about this game is since Mario is the leader, I always have to bring him, always. So, I'm naturally always upgrading him and making sure his weapons are, because he's 100% always going to be in my party. But personally, I would choose these 3, hands down every time, if I had the option. But, so obviously we rotate in Rabbid Luigi or, a sniper if we need it. If there's a lot of close combat, like if there's a lot of the, and we'll get into those guys, smashers, who are close combat, if there's a lot of those, I don't know if we want to bring Luigi. Sometimes it's like if there's a lot of space in the map, then sure too, but if it's like tube, you come out of one tube, you go right into the other, it's like then I know I'm going to want more of my brawlers, and at least for that match. So I should start using Rabbid, Peach, and maybe Peach a little bit more. Peach I really don't like. She's just close range to me and doesn't do that much damage. I mean, maybe I haven't upgraded her enough either, to be fair, but she's just a big body. You'll see she has way more health than anyone else. She's hard to kill, and she's a supporter. She protects others, but what I just don't like about her, and I touched on her Royal Gaze is just, it's only within her range, so it's like, it's way not as helpful having, compared to Luigi's, that covers the whole map. I really haven't messed with Yoshi as much. The secondary technique scares me away a little bit, like I said, but I think I might play with Yoshi a little bit when we get to that. So, that is the breakdown. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me talk about Mario. Yes. Yeah, not my favorite, honestly. I wouldn't be playing with him if I wasn't forced, but it is helpful to M-Power. I almost always start with that. A damage increase of 50%. That's damn good, especially when you pair that with the hammer. That's doing like 260 already, plus another 50%. I'm OCOing some of the smashers, so that's great. It's a good start, you know, but it's hard. I find it really hard, though, to get people within M power range. I mean, it's only 4 cells. I obviously haven't been upgrading it as much, so let's get into it. I haven't upgraded it once. Oh, well, all right, let's at least do one of those. Jesus. Oh, I have been focusing on a little bit more of the damage output from it, which, I typically find I use it once from the start, so that's why I really haven't, I haven't prioritized focusing on making the range bigger, because I find I use it once to start, and then Hero Sight is way more useful after that. So I use Mario as my, Luigi replacement sometimes, but it's the biggest is obviously keeping him away from Rabbids Mario and attacking in sequence so that, Rabbids Mario maybe dashes, gets his boom off, and then, Mario goes or something, because it's like, I don't want Mario next to him, next to the enemy I'm about to attack when I get a boom dash in. So you'll see some of these more, they'll make more sense as we're kind of getting into it, but I just wanted to touch on them. Another big conflict a lot that I don't like is this, I would never do Mario and Rabbids. I mean, I have to sometimes, but it's just, they both have melee weapons of a hammer, so it's like, I come in with a Mario hammer, and then obviously Rabbids, Mario's already right next, I can't hammer the same guy twice, obviously, because otherwise I never want one of my partners in range of a melee hammer. Oh my god. Just doing 200 to my own guy is just, God, it's rude. It's rude, and really, it's hard to win. Anyways, so you get it. But probably another one of Mario's best abilities is he's the only one that can, here it is, stomp, Mario, the stomp jump. So when I'm doing a team jump, and you'll see them, it's great to extend your range. You got to use your team jumps well, but what's great about Mario is he can use pretty much a team jump on an enemy. So he, like everyone, we all know and love the plumber Mario for, hopping on mushrooms, brings it back to the originals, but he can still do damage if he lands on an enemy. And then I could extend, even farther, and you'll see, I think there's an area, stomp jump like extension. Is there an upgrade for that? Yeah, I'm looking right at it. Jeez, I'm doing that a lot in this video. This is good. So if I upgrade it one more time, after I stomp on the enemy, I can now move 6 cells instead of, whatever. But, so you'll find some have different things you can upgrade about them, and that's what makes some that you like more than others, certain abilities. This one I find stupid. Mario gets more health when he picks up mushrooms. It's like, I promise you, this will be the last thing I upgrade, because it's just like, I don't come across mushrooms that much, and when I do, it's like the health, I don't know, it's like, they give you the option to heal 50% of your health before every match already, so it's like, great. Hero Sight too, he gets 2 of them as opposed to Luigi gets 3, and he's already dishing out a ton. It's like, God, the Hero Sight combos are great, though. They're good for some of the smashers. But, so that is a brief explanation of, brief. As brief as you'll get from me. I like to get detailed in my content, probably a little bit more than you need to know, but hey, that's what I love about this shit. I love the strategy, that is about the gist. Let's, like I said, let's now, on another video, I'll end this one, but this is, we'll call this one, though, just Mario and Rabbids breakdown, okay? Alright, thanks guys, Slater out.